Hi, this is Dr. Melissa Gratias, and I'm going to tell you a very personal story today, but it's got a point. The title of this video is How a Numbered List Helped Me Find My Husband. So with that thought in mind, I'll tell you the story about how I met my Eric. I was a junior in college and home for Easter, and had gone out to lunch at some really gnarly buffet with a bunch of people from my church, and it was choir members and other people in the church, and I was looking around the table and there were probably about 25 people that we'd gotten at one of those really big long tables at this buffet, and I looked at several women who were in really good, what I perceived were really good marriages. They'd married great guys, they were happy, they'd been married a long time, and you know, I was on the eve of my college time, and I looked at several of these women, and I struck up a conversation, and I said, okay, ladies, how did you find your husbands? I'm just curious, you know, how did you find these men? How did you find these wonderful people that you're just enjoying life with? And I am from the southeastern U.S., and so I'm going to do the accent because it's important to the story. These women all essentially looked at me and said something similar like, well, honey, have you made your list? Well, where's your list? Have you made your list? And I'm sitting there, I'm like, what list? What list are you talking about? And what they were saying was that they, when they were young women, had made a list of the things that they were looking for in their future partner, and they all of them, well, the three that I'd spoken with, they all did that independently of each other. They had made this list. So I said, well, alrighty then. At the time, I wasn't the productivity expert that I am now. I was managing college by grit and effort rather than systems and organization. But I decided I would make a list. So I remember opening up my Mac. I had a Mac at that time. No offense to the Mac users right now. It was probably called an Apple. But anyway, so I opened up my computer and I started making this list. And I said, and it was 3 pages, single spaced. And it wasn't that it had 400 different items on it. But when I wrote something, like something that was important to me, I felt like I should explain it to me. So I would put a trait or a quality or an aspect of my future spouse that I was looking for, and then I would just explain it. I would write what that meant to me, what that looked like. And it was kind of a fun exercise. I was getting out of a relationship at that time, and so I'd learned a few things about what I did want and what I didn't want in a partner, and I wasn't necessarily looking to get married right then. Of course not. I was still in college. I actually envisioned not getting married until I was in my mid-30s. But I made the list. Okay, so that was Easter of my junior year. So go through the summer of my junior year, and senior year of college starts, and I went to one of the local college bars near Wake Forest University, my alma mater, and ran into a friend of mine who was in med school at Wake, and he introduced me to some of his friends, one of which was my Eric. And I liked him. I had this good feeling about him. I thought Eric seemed really nice, and gave Eric my phone number, and 3 days later Eric called. And about 30 minutes into the conversation with Eric, I got this kind of weird feeling, like some kismet, or something was happening here. So I'm in my dorm room on the phone with Eric, and my roommate's watching TV over next to me, and I boot up the Apple, and I pull up the list, and I start subtly directing the conversation to the items on my list. And 3 hours later, when I hung up the phone and had cauliflower ear, because, you know, phones caused that at that time. If you don't know what that is, you're under 40, but it's okay. I hung up the phone and I looked at my roommate and I said, well, that's the man I'm going to marry. And she thought I was insane. She thought I was insane. It was 3 days after we met. That was in 1995. and we are still married. Here's the thing, Eric did not meet every single item on the list. It wasn't like check him off, check off, check off, check off, everything's great. I had prioritized the list, the things that were most important were up top, and he definitely met the most important ones. And so there was the list, there was this intangible feeling, and it just seemed it was the right thing. So we did get married. We waited a whole year and a half after I hung up the phone with him on that Sunday to get married. So we took a little bit of time to get to know each other better. But it was a very fast courtship and a very fast decision for both of us. We both decided very quickly that we wanted to get married. So let's go back to the list. Am I telling you make a list, you'll find your partner? No. Because there's lots of reasons why this might have worked for me. Number one is it may have helped me with my very flighty thinking schemes. I mean, I'm not very systematic in my thinking. I'm a squirrel. I look at things, I follow shiny objects. That's why productivity systems are so critical for someone like me. But I think making the list helped me clarify what it was I was looking for, so I would know what I was seeing when I saw it. There's also, so attraction theory is a theory out there that says that, you know, if you think about something, you attract it to you, manifestation theories, all that type of stuff. I don't really know, but here's the thing. There's no aspect of your life about which you should not have a clear vision. Whether it's your partner, whether it's a business venture, whatever it is, it's really helpful to know what you're looking for so that you recognize it when it appears in front of you in a really nasty college bar in 1995. This is Dr. Melissa Gratias. Want more stories? Visit me online at my website, melissagratias.com, and check out the productivity tips there. Fill out the contact form and let's see if one-on-one coaching may be right for you. I can't coach you to find a spouse, but I can coach you to be more organized, effective, and productive at work. Have a great day, everybody.